Hi guys, I'm back. It's Michael Ezzo with the Hebrew Kingdom, and I'm here to really talk to you about the best place to start to understand the Hebrew Kingdom. Now, I've been studying the Hebrew alphabet, which in Hebrew is Aleph Bet, and it's pretty fascinating. I mean, one can just be like, okay, awesome. I wrote the letters because it's completely different. They're actually characters and they're pictures. They're not just letters like in English language. It's completely different. Um, and I've been studying it and I really enjoy it because it's really interesting. What I'm studying is this spiritual aspect and perspective of the Alefbet. So I figured I'd start off with Aleph, which is the first letter. Now, I have drawn out for you this little diagram that I'm going to use to teach you. Now, here, let me get. Oh, okay. So, first off, we have the Aleph right here. That is print in Aleph for the Aleph. That's how they draw it. For cursive, this is how it looks. Now to spell out the word Aleph, it looks like this. Now, remember, and this is really key, they don't read right to left, they read left to right. So we actually start with the A, L, F. Now, interestingly enough, this Aleph doesn't make much sound. More guttural, like very much like that. And one of the really cool things is, oh geez, I gotta read this backwards. Um, every single one of these letters isn't just a letter, it's also their numeric system. So modern Hebrew isn't just a letter system, it is a numeric system as well. So I think it's pretty easy to guess that if Aleph is the first letter, which it is, then it's going to be number 1. It also is 1000. Don't ask me why, but it is. Now, the cool thing is when we break down this word Aleph and the numbers that go with it, Aleph equals, the Aleph equals 1. The Lamed, which makes the L sound, equals 30. And this Kaf, it's a sofit Kaf, and don't worry about that. We'll get to it at some point. I'll explain it then. But this Kaf right here equals up to 80. So 80 plus 30 plus 1 equals 111. So the fascination and the first bit of inspiration here is that in the first letter of the alphabet, there is the paradox, very fascinating one, of the 3 in 1. That right there is an exclamation point, in case you're wondering. So right there is the Trinity, just in the first letter. Pretty cool. Now, gonna go over to, oh, whoops, I did that. How the Aleph is made. Now, we have the Aleph in the middle here. It's made up of other letters in the alphabet, in the Alefbet, which are 2 Yuds, the little arms right here that go up and down here, and a Vav, a slanted Vav, that line in the middle. And that is made up of 3 characters. Three characters in the Alefbet numeric system. In the Alefbet numeric system, they add up to 26. Really important because, okay, so Vav is 6, the Yud and the other Yuds are 10 and 10, so that all comes around and adds up to 26. And it's important because of this. This right here is the name of God. Now, out of respect for people who Don't want to say his name out of reverence and respect. I'm not going to say it, but it is Yud He Vav He. Those are the letters specifically. Yud He Vav He. So spelling these letters, or not spelling these letters, using these letters in their numerical system as well, which the He goes for 5, the Vav again goes for 6, another He goes for 5, and a Yud goes for 10, adds all up to 26. So the name of God adds up to all the parts of the letter of Alefbet, of the Alef. Sorry. All right. Now, another fascinating thing, and I'm going to put this down for a second. I want to say a couple of things about this letter. Now, the Aleph is connected to a word, which is aluf. And I'm not going to worry about showing you the spelling for that one, but the point is that aluf means master or lord. So given the fact that the Alefbet, it literally starts off the Alefbet, it is the master of the Alefbet, or the alphabet. It is the lord of the alphabet, so to speak. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, one other thing, interesting thing, is the picture that I just showed you about the Aleph, and I will show you for this. So here's something really important. Yuds in the Hebrew alphabet, their picture, specifically, that most people understand, is that they're hands. And the Vav is understood to be a man. So the Aleph is, one perspective is that it looks like it could be Yeshua, Jesus, making intercession because he is the Vav in the middle with one hand to heaven and one hand to earth. So it's just a beautiful picture of his intercession and want for redemption for us. It's a beautiful picture of that. So I love that. Salvation is all in one letter already, and we're just talking about one. So going to be good when we continue. All right, now another aspect is yes, the first 6 Alephs in the Tanakh, which is the Jewish Old Testament. Those possibly point to the 6,000 years before Yeshua's reign. That is most likely something that came from the Talmud or the rabbinic sages. I don't have that written down, but anyways. So a couple of other interesting things is the letters or the words that can be used to make the word Aleph. I mean, to make words from Aleph. Forgive my little mistakes because I just want to get it all done in one take. So there's going to be that. Should have prefaced that in the beginning, but anyways. So words that start with the letter Aleph are Adam, which everyone knows is the first man that existed on the earth. It goes Ad-am. And one really cool thing is that Dam means blood. So the very fact that Adam also means red kind of tells you, obviously, the color of blood. Really obvious. So another word that is made from, with the Aleph, is the word Elohim, which means God, but the triune God. Then we also have El, right here, which means God. And a couple more important ones are Aish, which means fire, but even more importantly means man. So that should definitely tell you that man is a fire in and of himself. When he gets together with others, that creates a bigger fire. So the words that you speak are really important because if you're speaking good words, about two other people, it's going to create a constructive fire if they're good words. If you're using gossip or slander, better known as lashon hara in Hebrew, that's a destructive fire. And I'll let you take what you want from that. So, last two important words are or, which is light. And then we have ahava, which is love. Now, I can definitely speak for the majority of these words, save for love, although I'd say it's pretty easily implied in Genesis that every single one of these letters comes up in just like the first chapter, if not like just the first couple of chapters of the Tanakh, the Bible. So there you have it. That is a lesson in the letter Aleph, what it looks like, the picture it creates, and one other aspect that I want to tell you about, and then I'll let you go. The Aleph is the image of a bull. That's its picture. It creates an ox, a bull. I think those are the same thing. But anyways, that's the image that it creates because the Alefbet is a picture language. So that's really important to know because it even starts it off. And the ox and the bull are very much representative of what comes first. So there you have it. Aleph for the Alefbet. I will give you the letter bait when I can. That's what I have for you guys. So y'all take care. Bye.